Welcome to Toffee TV. It is the player ratings. Everton 2, Crystal Palace 0. I'll be honest, at our time, I did not see that one coming. If anyone's watched the match vlog, you will have seen that, because at half time I was a little bit down on us at half time, which I think most people were, weren't they? Most people were probably feeling the same way, because the first half was absolutely woeful. But we turned it round and we got the 3 points, and what a massive 3 points it is. Just in terms of, well, just in terms of everything, really, isn't it? It's a huge win. It's a huge win. I think today we obviously hadn't won at home since the first game of the first Premier League game of the season at home. So it was important that we got another win. We have been unbeaten, but it was important. And just to get that last minute winner, give us that feel back again of like what it was like at Goodison. Because let's be all honest, now and again, the atmosphere isn't great, is it? Let's be honest. Now and again, at Hill Dickinson, it can be a little bit quiet. A little bit of work needs to be done on the atmosphere, and that's on everybody. That's on everybody. It's not on one particular set of people or stand or anything. The atmosphere needs to get better for the whole game. More songs getting sung, not just when we're winning games or we're fighting. It needs to get better, and that's on everyone. That's on all of us. The football club and the fan base need to do better. So, but to get a last minute winner is huge, absolutely huge. And we did. Listen, I think we deserved it in the second half. Don't know if we deserved to win the game, but we certainly deserved what we got in the second half, because we were much better. We were much better side. And the subs well, we've talked about subs, haven't we? We've talked about subs quite often in the last few weeks about not making subs. Well, again, today David Moyes has made subs that were massively important. Where they're, sometimes you think, well, maybe if you'd started the right team, but it is what it is. It is what it is. You call for subs, and it doesn't really matter when they come or how they affect. They can affect the game, and they did affect the game today. So, it was a very, very strange game, just because they had so much of the first half and looked like they were absolutely cruising. But we made the changes. Maybe a bit of tiredness crept in as well. And we've gone on and got the win, which is all that matters. Let's get into it, because obviously I've already spoken about all of this in my South Stand reaction. So you can check that out. And also in the vlog, when you can see me at halftime on my knees. Jordan Pickford made a really big save when it went to 2-1 right at the end. Made a huge save coming out. Also a big punch as well when they were I think they put a throw in or a corner in right at the end as well. Made 4 saves. I'm not sure about. I think he probably could have done better for the goal. I thought it was a bit of a. I don't know. I thought he instead of like facing the lad on straight, he sort of comes sliding out with his legs. I thought he could have done a little bit better for the goal, just in as I said, just in terms of his. I thought his body shape was a bit strange for the goal. But he has made a big save towards the end. He's come out a couple of times and forced them to try and go round them, and it's worked, to be honest. We got really lucky when it was 1-0 in the second half, where they've gone he's come out and then they've gone like took the long way round and the lads put it wide with basically an open goal. So, but yeah, but yeah, as I said, the goal itself, I thought his shape was just a little bit weird. I thought if he'd just come out and tried, he didn't really make the goal big. He just sort of just slid at him, which I thought was a bit of a strange one, if I'm honest. So I'd give him a 7.8 for today's performance. Jake O'Brien had to play in a couple of positions today, didn't he? Had to play centre back and at right back. Well, obviously started the game at right back. One key pass. Won 6 out of 3 ground duels. Won 6 out of 7 aerial duels. So, but I'll be listen. He's a player playing out of position. It's as simple as that. It's a player playing out of position, and the sooner that changes, the better for me, as far as I'm concerned. I thought he looked. I thought we just need more from our fullbacks, both of our fullbacks. So he was all right, but going forward and his lack of pace, I think that just shows. But defending wise, did all right. But it's going the other way. Had a shot on target as well, which was he was unlucky with. 5 clearances, 1 big clearance off the line as well. I think it was that at 1-0. So that was a hugely important moment. The clearance off the line, massively. 1 block shot, 1 interception, 3 tackles. Yeah, not brilliant, not terrible. I give him a 7 for today. Vitaly Mykolenko on the other side. The goal, I just rewatched the goal just to see how it plays out. It's not really Mykolenko looks like he's in the middle of nowhere, but it's actually Toffee. Toffee gets dragged out the middle of the park because the lad comes short. And instead of having a number 6 in there, the one ball cuts right through our midfield. And James Garner isn't really sitting in front of the back 4. Toffee comes out. The lad wins it, spins it really quick. And Mykolenko has to make a decision. It's one or the other. He obviously goes to the central player because that's what you do. And the lad, Muniz, comes on the outside of him. That's the beauty of having wing-backs overloading the midfield. Not that they did overload, because they just had an extra. They just used the man better. So I wouldn't say the goal was on Mykolenko as such. I didn't think he had a particularly good game. Again, in the final third, I thought our team is just way too slow. Let's get it right. Our team is just so slow that when we're not moving the ball well, everything grinds to a halt. And I think Vitaly Mykolenko is one of the players that doesn't really help with that. He's not comfortable enough on the ball. He's a good defender, but he's not comfortable enough on the ball. Won 2 out of 4 ground duels. Won 3 out of 7 aerial duels. Did play the ball for the penalty. I think he did play it around the corner for the penalty. As I've said before, we need pace. We need pace in both fullback areas, and we need players who look at the last 2 games. Muniz for them today, right back or a wing back or a right back, scores the goal. The other day, Juve, look at all the damage he did to us. We need pacey fullbacks who can get up and down the pitch, who allow our wide players who are not pacey to play their job. The fullbacks are so important, and it's certainly not against Jake because he's playing out of position. But for Mykolenko, we need a pacey left back, and that's just the way it is. And that's not being horrible. That's not having a go as such. That's just the way we are in terms of football. We need pace, and those fullbacks will deliver the pace. Mykolenko, I would give a 6 for today. Toffee did some good things, did some bad things. The goal he gets dragged in for. Can he do anything else in that position? Does he need to get dragged into that position? Yes and no. Yes and no. if the lad's not going to do nothing, if Toffee takes 2 steps back and the lad gets the ball, he's 40 yards from goal. What's he going to do? We'll have our back line intact. But then from a defensive point of view, or any kind of footballer, you're the first, you're the first man. You're the next man. So it's one of them. A number 6 should be really protecting him there. 2 out of 2 ground duels, 1 7 out of 9 aerial duels. So from that point of view, he's done quite well. Mateta didn't really do too much. He had one where he got it. They played it through the middle and he knocked it and hit the shot. And we've had to make Pickford had to make a save. Again, I'll feel a lot more comfortable when Branthwaite comes back and we have someone in the back line who can play out and it can get hold of the ball and we don't have to go backwards all the time. So 5 clearances, 1 clearance off the line, 3 block shots, 1 interception, 2 tackles. I don't think he had a terrible game. I don't think he had an amazing game. So Toffee, I'll give a 7. Michael Keane, I thought was doing quite well till he had to go off. Went off injured in the 65th minute. 47 touches. One successful dribble. 9 clearances. 2 out of 3 ground duels. 1 3 out of 6 aerial duels. 1. Thought he was doing all right. It's quite unusual actually to see Michael Keane go off injured. It's a bit of a strange one to see that happen. Again, though, those two together, there's no much. But we have to sit so much deeper. Again, this is the problem with having no pace at the back and full-back areas, or a centre-back with pace. All their centre-backs and their wing-backs have pace. That's why they're a decent team. We just don't have any pace. So our centre-backs have to sit deeper so they don't get caught. And that's a big problem for our whole team. It is a problem for our whole team. So, but Michael Keane was fine. He was fine. And I thought first half, I thought he was probably our best player first half defensively. So Michael Keane, I'd give a 7.3 for today. James Garner, again, decent game. Had to go to right back. Done well at right back. We got caught in midfield because really we were only playing with 2 midfielders. We didn't have that security that of a Dewsbury Hall to make it a 3-man midfield. Second half, we did. So I thought the midfield got caught out quite a lot. James Garner, again, was all over the pitch. I think today he had to do more because and not just be able to sit in that number 6. And maybe that's where we've been caught out, certainly for the goal, for him just to sit in front of the back 4. It's a lesson to the manager that maybe if we don't have the 3 natural players in midfield, then we're going to struggle. We haven't got enough going forward yet to be able to be able to do that. And listen, that's the team I picked today. So, but we're just not ready for it. Maybe Tyler Dillon's just not ready for that yet. We haven't got a centre forward who holds the ball up well enough yet to be able to play that. We need that extra man in midfield. But James Garner's all over the pitch. And when he played at right back, I think that actually made a change to us as well. I think that helped us as well. Having Tim Irabuna coming on and someone at right back who can actually put his foot on the ball and plays good passes into midfield and out wide. So James Garner, I would give 7.8 for today. That consistency is been massively important for us. But as I said, in the first half, they were just totally outnumbered. And Palace were just popping it round so much more effectively. Adissa Gana-Gay. Not an amazing game for Adissa. Won 3 out of 7 ground duels. Didn't win 1 aerial duel, didn't win it. 65 touches, 91% pass accuracy. But you could just see their energy. Again, a victim of being part of a 2 rather than a 3. I think he got caught out a couple of times on the wrong side of the ball. Listen, this should be the season where we transition from one midfielder in there to another midfielder in there. Unfortunately, with Maitland Roll picking up that injury, maybe he's getting more minutes than the manager would like him to. Don't get me wrong, he's not terrible by a long way. But obviously, we'll catch up with him. And now he's going to go on international duty. I imagine he'll play one of the 2 games. But yeah, again, it's 2 again. It was two in there today. They've got basically a 5-man midfield. So it was always going to be difficult for him. So I would give Adesanya Gay a 6.8 for today. The three ahead of them. I'll start with Tyler Dibblin on the right-hand side. Really, only 20 touches. Really tough game for him today to come in and play. Because of their midfield is 5. It's a 5-man midfield. So there's very little space for him. I mean, really, there should be loads of space if he could get beyond. But there was only, I think, one time he really got beyond, and that's when Jake O'Brien played a little lob pass. And his ball wasn't good enough, really. He never played a good enough ball. He played it straight into the goalie's arms. 20 touches, never really got into the game. Obviously, come off at half time. Yeah, he just 3 dribbles, none of them successful. It's gonna take time. It's gonna take time. But the manager is not one for. The manager wants to win games of football. He's not somebody that is going to say, "Oh, I'll give you 90 minutes and it doesn't matter." We talked about this at the end of the season when people were talking about, like, remember when it was about Schmidt, wasn't it? Let's just leave Schmidt and we're safe now. The manager doesn't care. The manager wants to win games of football. And if you're not doing it, he'll just take it off. He's got no. If you're gonna, it's sink or swim at Everton. And I said this in me aftermatch, is that we as fans have no patience. We don't have any patience. And the manager doesn't have any patience. It's as simple as that. He has no patience either. And he'll say, well, I'll give you 45 minutes. And I'll give someone else 40. I've given Barry 45 minutes. So that's another 45 minutes of your development. Well, it's up to you to be able to do it. He doesn't have time. This is what worries me about buying so many project players. Asnu, Dibbling, Barry, in someone else's team. They get time to settle. David Moyes is just not the manager. But at the same time, David Moyes is saying the right things. He's coming out and saying, don't expect too much of these players. I will give them time, but I'll give them, don't expect something right now. I'll play them, but if they don't do it, then I'll take them off. So maybe it's just on us to have that same kind of patience. But it's been difficult because the manager doesn't make subs. But he did make subs today, and look what happened. We ended up winning the game. I mean, he had to make subs. We were terrible. So it'll be interesting to see what happens next week, a couple of weeks, whether he plays him or whether he doesn't play him with Jack Grealish not available. I would imagine he won't play Grealish. He won't play Grealish. Of course he won't play Grealish. He won't play Tyler Dibblin in that game. I don't think he will. But it's a weird one with Tyler Dibblin as well because he's played so many games already in the Premier League, but he hasn't played. He played in a team that there was no expectation to win. There was no expectation for Southampton. They got 11 points all season. There was no expectation. At Everton, there's expectation, and there's expectation to do something. And some people might go, well, where does that expectation come from? You haven't done anything for years. Well, that's why there's an expectation to do something, because Everton fans have been patient enough and therefore don't have patience. And it's just a big chicken and eggs thing, isn't it? It's just a big chicken and egg thing. And it's the same I'll say the same about Barry. So tough half for Tyler Dibblin. It really was. It was a tough half for him. So learn from it. That's the thing. Just learn from it. So Tyler Dibblin, I'll give a 5. Iliman Jai won the penalty back. Won the penalty. He looked a lot more comfortable. He looked a lot more comfortable when he went back onto the right-hand side than he did in the central area. Because even when he was central, he was like he was trying to run back into wide positions. He was trying to get wide in the central positions. So, Yeah, interesting one. But obviously he got the goal, and he would have got an assist if Beto had done what he should have done, which is smash that header into the back of the net. And none of this. It was a good save. Yeah, it wasn't. It wasn't. Shouldn't have been any kind of save. Anyway, so he should have had the goal and assist in the end. Dribbles for one successful. I just think he looked a lot more comfortable when he looks a lot more comfortable when he's in a wide position. Maybe he's just not a central position player. I don't know, or maybe he needs a centre forward who he's on the same wavelength with. Which I don't think Barry was on any wavelength today. I'll come on to Barry in a moment. But he got a goal. He should have had an assist. Not his fault. Great chance. Fantastic little move one way. Little dink cross. Talking about this all week. Start putting crosses in the box. Start putting crosses in the box. It's what we ask for. It's what we ask our wide men to do. And he did that. As I said, it should have been buried. It wasn't. Luckily enough, Jack Grealish was on hand to block, tackle, and score. But Grealish, I would give... Njai, I would give a 7.5 or certainly on that second half performance. Maybe not on the first half. Jack Grealish, match winner. Jack Grealish starting to take more shots. One in each half. It's exactly what we wanted to see. Doing a few different things, because it is important that he is doing different things. Not just... what was good today is every time he got the ball, I think he had a purpose about him. It was very, very rare that he actually got into the box like he has done in the last few weeks and sort of slowed it down. Okay, he's hit the goalkeeper with both easy saves, but I'd rather see Jack Grealish get out of his feet and just have a crack than it slow down and it just bounce, it just bounce around. 15 ground duels, he won 7 of them. So that shows how hard he works. 4 dribbles, 2 successful. 5 long balls, 2 accurate. Only actually played 1 cross and it wasn't accurate. And he's got the goal. By hook or by crook, he's got the goal. The winning goal. And I just want to see Jack Grealish do more of that. Because he can do the other thing all day long. But we want to see him do the other thing, which is shoot. And he's done that. So more of that. Now, obviously, we're not going to see him for the next game, which is really disappointing. But what a way to go away have a rest for 3 weeks or a couple of weeks by having 3 weeks by getting the goal. So yeah, he's got the winning goal. I loved it in the second half, last 15 minutes, where he bounced the lad off. The lad, he's running with the ball and he bounced him off. That's what you want to see. You want to see Jack Grealish running with the ball. Second half, there was some nice little interplay on that left-hand side to get us going. And it was just much better in the second half, much better in the last 15 minutes to get us going. It was exactly what we needed. So Jack Grealish, I would give a 7.9 for today's performance. Tiano Barry up front. Only 18 touches of the ball. 6 aerial duels, won 3 of them. 4 aerial duels, won 4, and 1 key pass. Obviously taken off at half time, which I felt was a little bit unfair, just in the general scheme of things. But it probably was the right thing to do. And again, same with Tyler. What I said about Tyler Dibble, and it's like the managers give him chances to start games, and he hasn't took them yet. The same way he's give Beto chances to start games, and he hasn't really took them. So the manager's in a no-win position, really. As I said before, the manager just hasn't got time. He's not waiting around. He wants to win games of football. And it's up to, and that might mean that people's development takes longer. But you know what? It might be a kick up the arse for someone like Tiano Barry, that he recognises that he's got to work harder. I don't think he's working hard enough. I said before the game starting 11 and the match preview, win your duels, make some runs. I thought there was times today when he was trying to make runs and no one was playing the ball into him. Do more, work harder, win your battles. I never saw him. I'll tell you one thing, I never saw him, and I haven't really seen him. And I haven't seen this from many of our centre forwards from either our centre forwards this season, is be side on. When someone's got a pass, be side on. It's our forwards have always got the back to goal rather than being side on, so that someone can slip a pass in front of them and they're onto it and they're onto the goal. They're always back to goal. Get side on the defender so someone can play a ball down the side of you. And that way you're in. Because what we haven't seen Barry do is have any chances. So hopefully this is a kick up the arse. That's the way we should see it. You have to work harder. You have to work harder on the training ground. You must work harder. One of them shouldn't be getting in because the other one's not being very good. And all that's happening at the moment is one comes off the bench and does all right, and then he'll start the next game, and then he doesn't do so well, and then the next one. We need to get to a situation, and I don't know what that is. I don't know what the answer is. It's obviously whoever's working hardest on the training pitch is going to get the start. It can't be based on the last person didn't do well enough. Barry had a great opportunity in the first half, by the way, but I can't remember who it was. Fizzed it across, and he just couldn't get a touch. He has to get a touch. He has to. He has to meet it. He has to be there and get that touch. There's no ifs, buts, and maybes. That's bread and butter. But he has to be strong and he has to start fighting. Has to start fighting. People have got to see signs. Like I said before, Evertonians don't have patience. We can all sit here. We can all sit here and go, oh, yeah, it's a long game. Look at that player who plays for that team and look at that player who plays for that team. We haven't got the patience. We just don't. It's just not in us. And I don't think it's in the manager either to have you. It's up to you. You're the one who's got to fight and work harder whilst you're here. And if you don't make it at Everton, that's on you because you haven't done what was needed. I must say, listen, and that's not, no one should be writing him off. No one should be writing Diblin off. No one should be writing Asnu off or whoever. The manager has said patience. He has said it's going to take time, but the manager hasn't got time within the games. So it is what it is. We'll see what happens. So Barry, I would give a 4 for today. I give Beto a 2, I think, in the last game. So I'll give him a 4. Let's get on to the subs. Carlos Alcaraz, he was the spark. He was the spark that got us going. Played, obviously, 45 minutes. 3 out of 5 ground duels. 2 dribbles, 1 successful. 1 key pass. He was the spark that got us going. He brought the energy to midfield, but he also added an extra body in midfield. Someone who was willing to break up the play. Someone who's willing to get stuck in. Someone who's willing to grab hold of the ball and take responsibilities. I think Carlos Alcaraz has been done really hard by this season. I said after the last game, we should have, why isn't the manager bringing him on? I think Carlos Alcaraz is such an easy one when he doesn't play for the manager to go, oh, you're not playing today. Or the fan base to go, oh, Carlos Alcaraz not playing. Like, it's a bit weird to me because I thought he finished the season so strong for us then to buy him and then go, oh, yeah, but you're just like a squad player. It doesn't really matter. And yet what hasn't been used well off the bench at Wolves in the Cup, starting the game, I don't think he really deserve to be subbed in that game. But today is give the manager some food for thought because he is hungry, because he is prepared to fight for it. And what you see in him is the attributes that you want to see in Tyler Diblin, in Barry, is someone who's like, I'm going to fight to get into this game. And I'm going to do the hard work to get into this game. And then all the rest will follow. And I think that's what Charlie Alcaraz has done really, really well. And I think, that's where Evertonians will be like, yeah, he deserves to be in this team. He was the spark for us today. He really was. And, he's given himself a really good opportunity to start the next game at Manchester City. Now, that might be in a sort of wide area where we play a little bit more narrow, like we were last season when he played on the left. He might start, say, on the left, and Jai might start on the right. Dewsbury Hall starts back in the centre. to give us that little bit of bite, be a little bit more narrow, a little bit more compact. That to me makes more sense than probably starting Dibbling. You might just give the ball away. I think that's more likely. So Carlos Alcaraz, I would give a 7.7 for today. Beto should have been the match winner. Absolutely should have been the match winner. Don't get me wrong, he came on and gave a lot more than Barry did. He looked hungry for it. 24 touches, 2 out of 4, 2 successful dribbles out of 4. Shots on target, 1. Shots off target. Big chances missed, 1, because it was a big chance missed. Luckily, we got the rebound. He should be burying that header. Absolutely burying it. He should be the match winner today, Beto, but he's not. Aerial duels, 1. None out of 5. Ground duels, 1. 4 out of 10. But he did give us a little bit more than Barry did. He definitely gave us a little bit more than Barry did. So, but he should be scoring. He should be burying that. That would have been such a nice goal as well. Alcaraz slipping and Jai standing up, and Beto coming in. And you look at that again. He's so high. You can see how high he is, and he's just don't hit the goalkeeper, because we would be sitting here now going mad about that chance missed. We'd be going absolutely mad about it if it hadn't been put in by Grealish. We'd be going absolutely mad. So Beto, I would give a 6.2. Tim Inaboonum came on, and you know what? Really solid. Won the penalty. 3 out of 5 ground duels. Won. 90% pass accuracy. Loads of energy. Got lucky a couple of times where the ball was like stuck in his feet, but luckily it did stick in his feet. Played that obviously the last 25 minutes. 1 interception, 1 tackle. Really good cameo by Tim. Mentioned it a few times. Doesn't always make the right decision, but it was a really good cameo by him. Obviously, Michael Keane had gone off, and we moved it around a little bit. Come on and done really, really well. And again, just give us that little bit of energy. And again, it's important. It's funny when subs are imposed on you. And, you know, we benefit from it. And yet the manager won't make subs sometimes. And they cost us because we don't make subs. So fair play to him for getting on the pitch and having a good go. A 7 for Tim Inaboonum, and then Seamus Coleman only on the pitch for the last minute. Did make like 1 clearance and got fouled, so fair play to Seamus. It is interesting. Sorry, right, listen. It wasn't a good header by Beto. I'm sorry, it wasn't. It wasn't a good header by Beto. It was poor. Demand better from your players. It was a poor header. A very poor header. He headed it right in the middle of the goal. Absolute poor header. Sorry, it was. Seamus Coleman, just dead interesting that the manager trusts him more than Nathan Patterson, which to me, yeah, we should have just let Nathan Patterson go. We should have just let him go and solved the problem by bringing another player in, for me. So, but Seamus on for a minute, 6.5, whatever. He's only on the pitch for a minute, but there you go. 3 points. Delighted with that. Sets us up nicely for the next run of fixtures. We can all be dead happy for the next couple of weeks, in the knowledge that, yeah, we've got 3 points. There we go. Yeah, listen, make sure you check out my instant match reaction, the South Stand reaction. The vlog is out there, the match day vlog as well. Make sure you check that out as well. And Baz's videos will be out as soon as this is done. Baz's videos will be out. So, and we'll be back tomorrow live, 1 o'clock. Thanks for watching. See you all later.